gosh, this thing is annoying me so much, you guys. I'm so sorry. I personally, honestly know nothing about Aaron Hernandez. I know nothing about football. I'm not a fan. I don't think I've ever sat down and watched a football game on the TV, so I'm not a fan at all. Because I'm like, he's a football player. Like, why acting so surprised that a football player, like, you know, got a power trip, went on a rampage and did dumb shit. Like, you know, it happens a lot, but I didn't realize the exact position that Aaron Hernandez was in. See, this is how much I didn't know. I thought he got in trouble for killing his wife or like a female or something that he was dating. The man he killed was, so his fiance had a sister, and the man that his fiance's sister was dating is the guy that Aaron Hernandez killed. His name is Odin Lloyd, and he was a football player too. Whenever we have celebrities in these positions who commit crimes, the crimes tend to be about the celebrity and the celebrity status and what the celebrity's going through, the celebrity's family. His death isn't just like a death anymore, it's a scam. One thing that was very interesting about the documentary and that like a lot of people commented on was the way Netflix went about his sexuality. I understand why they mentioned his sexuality, mentioned his sexual prowess, because let's face it, the man is a very handsome man. He's a very manly man. But where I think they went wrong is they didn't just mention it. Once they mentioned it, it kind of carried on throughout the whole docuseries. It was almost like they were trying to imply that the whole reason for his actions and that everything he did was because he was closeted and his sexuality. And I felt like that was just a lot of speculation. And it was very disrespectful because he has a fiance and a daughter. I'm sorry, my little camera holder thing seems to be slipping. She just didn't know how to act every time they brought it up in the courtroom, like, because she knew nothing about that, because they basically implied that she was his beard. For those of you who don't know what a beard is, this is so wild, they even explained what a beard is. A beard is when a man is gay and closeted, he finds a woman that basically like he begins a relationship with to kind of cover up the fact that he is gay, you know. I believe her name is, let me know, oh damn, I'm recording with my phone. Hey Google, what is Aaron Hernandez's fiance name?
It almost 3 years since National Football League star Aaron Hernandez took his own life by hanging with his fiancée.
Cheyenne Jenkins.
Cheyenne Jenkins. I was about to say Shania Jenkins. She's a very beautiful woman, by the way. The whole time I was watching the docuseries, I was like, oh wow. A lot in the docuseries, people would refer to him as gay. Then the one childhood friend
who said claims they were in a relationship because they had experiences.
That's not a relationship. Said he was bisexual. And I think that's what people forget. And he could have been bisexual and he just probably in his mind decided, you know, that isn't the life he could pursue. That doesn't mean that he doesn't like women and that she was his beard. That could have been the love of his life as far as he knew, you know. Okay, I'm gonna grab the shirt because my phone keeps falling and trying to expose me. So, which, if you guys don't know, which I didn't know, of course, because like I said, I'm not a football fan, CTE, as in cat, tom, elephant, is a disease that football players get from head trauma. So like when they get tackled or in the cases, like, you know, their head hits around and their helmet, their brain would like actually move and like hit the front and back of their skull side to side. So it like degenerates pieces of their brain, I guess, and it causes a lot of trauma. To the doctor said like that was the most like CTE damage he's ever seen in a football player. And it was really sad. Like, them people are crazy as fuck because I don't know, like they were just really loyal. Like apparently Shania, I'm sorry if that's not her name, Shania Jenkins, because remind you, he killed her sister's boyfriend. And even though her boyfriend supposedly killed her sister's boyfriend, she stuck through it with her boyfriend. So her and her sister were not speaking, which I think is wild. I don't know if I'd ever be able to do that. Like my supposed boyfriend killed my sister's boyfriend. She was very loyal. She was the only one who showed up to all his court dates, like not even his mom, like not even his family, like it was just her. And that's good, of course, but also I don't know if that's the wisest thing to do. Now you lost your sister and you lost him. So like, was it really worth it? And at the end of the day, like he's on trial and it seems pretty evident that he did do it. Then in one conversation he was having with his mom while he was in jail, He was saying how he felt like he couldn't talk to his mom. There's certain things he couldn't talk to his mom, and that's why he was so close to his cousin Tanya. And I felt like, I don't know, it was just very relatable because especially growing up from a Caribbean Christian family household, one thing about Christians is, I understand it, but I don't like it. One thing about Christians, or people just who like to hold themselves up to a higher standard, I guess, is they like to act as if things of the world, like other things that they don't necessarily like or agree, don't exist. And to me, that's an issue because now that makes it seem like your kids, because you went through that stuff and you decided for yourself, hey, you know, I'm not about that, I don't like that. And now you decided you're just going to act as if it doesn't exist instead of acknowledging it. And, you know, the experience that it is, you just act as if it doesn't exist. So now your kids growing up, they feel as if they can't talk to you about certain things or else you'll judge them, you'll get mad or whatever the case is, because you like to act as if those things just aren't a part of the world, as if your children growing up just won't experience that, you know? And it makes it very hard. He told his mom that, you know, like there's things that he couldn't tell her and he still feels like he can't talk to her about. And he's like, it's sad because, you know, I'm gonna die. He said, I'm gonna die or you're gonna die not knowing your son. And that just really hit home to me because I feel like I relate to that a lot. I feel like a lot of kids can relate to that. I don't know where he was from, but it was like a really nice community. The 9 yards, very nice community. And it was just so funny because like they just showed like how much of an amateur, like, you know, this wasn't him type of deal. Because I mean, like, you know, we're not criminals or nothing, but we'd have a little more sense. So basically, he killed Odin in a field that was probably like a mile or two away from his house. Into his house. So here's a semi-pro football player who's found dead. He's found dead in a field, and the only person he knows in that area is Aaron Hernandez. Like, you know, he has no business in that area, this rich ass area, except for you, and it's miles, like within miles of your house. They said that the shell casings from the bullet was found in his rental car that was registered in his name. They were found in the car that he returned. Like, he didn't even clean the shells out. Like, it was just so amateurish. And I just remember seeing on Twitter a lot of people were saying, oh, how they sympathize with him, and they were just like, oh, just leave him alone. One lady, she even said she was a therapist. And she was like, the whole time she was watching it, she's like, you guys need to leave him alone. And leaving him alone isn't gonna help. Like, this man was out here killing folks. But I always do say, like, people who do things like this in the world, it, like, amazes me because it's like, how do you not have, like, a moral compass to know that this is wrong, like, what I'm doing is wrong, and, like, my actions have consequences, because I hate to say this, but he killed himself in the end. So, like, you know, it goes to show that there is a sense in there somewhere of right or wrong, like, you know, like, he just couldn't handle it anymore, he killed himself. So that, to me, that's why I always say, like, those kind of people are sick, because it's like you do so much and it doesn't faze you. Those people, and then a month later he signed like his $40 million contract to the Patriots and went on and played a whole season. So they're like, how do you go about like your rampages and, like, you know, attacking people, hurting people, killing people, and then just go and play NFL football for a whole season? Like, it's really hard to fathom. So that's why I'm like, those kind of people, like, they're mentally not stable. Like, I'm not trying to blame their actions on them having mental issues, but like, that person isn't sane to me. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. I really should make some talking points, because now I'm trying to think, like, you know, I think it was like 2 or 3 episodes. It was a lot of information. It was very good though. I was very interested. I watched the whole thing. But yeah, like, his cousin, she had cancer. She had cancer and she stuck through it. Like, I believe she went to jail because she didn't want to testify against him. I don't know, call me not loyal, but Aaron, baby, you messed up, boo. I'm not about to go to jail because I don't want to testify for you. Like, you got me messed up. I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna tell them people what I know. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna just flat out, yup, he did it. But for me to go to jail over something you did, like, that's a lot. And I feel like you gotta take ownership, you gotta take responsibility. Like, you watched your cousin go to jail because she didn't want to testify against you. Like, to me, that's messed up. And I understand loyalty, but to me, that's not loyal. Like, how do you be loyal to someone who would let you go to jail for their actions? People just have such a complex dynamic, because when Robert Kraft, the guy who owns the New England Patriots, when he had to testify, in the documentary, it showed that like once they stated his name that he was going to be a witness, like Aaron being at the front of the courthouse or whatever, he like looked over his shoulder, like I think they said it was like 6 times, like he was just so anxious, like he just looked at him like a child, like a disappointed child looking at their parent. Robert Kraft ain't even look at him, ain't even peep at him, at least from what we seen in the documentary. That man didn't even blink at that boy. I was like, it made me laugh because I'm like, you poor soul, like, you know you fucked up. I don't know, but I think I'm gonna end the video here. Please, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. I know you guys are watching, but please subscribe. It helps me, you know, it encourages me. The more people subscribe, the more great content I could put out there. I have a lot of ideas. Also, please comment, like, so I know that you like it. Comment so I know, like, I just get feedback and I get where you guys are coming from, what you guys are seeing, how you are experiencing it. So please just like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, whatever day it is that you see this.